This is Yermo Road in the town of Yermo, halfway between Las Vegas and Nevada. When you go down the street, it's halfway between Peggy Sue's Diner and Eddie's Turnout or whatever. Anyway, you see this place called Liberty Sculpture Park. You see these big giant metal things off the road. That one and that one. It's pretty easy to see. You go down this dirt road, and this is really incredible. This is a sculpture park. You see from the 15 freeway when you're going between Las Vegas and Nevada, you can't help but see the giant 64 made out of silver metal when you're driving down the freeway. Now, I always thought this place was like a U.S. military, a place where they had some old tanks and stuff on display, but it's not. This is created by a Chinese dissident artist who created this sculpture park that you can actually drive through. You don't technically have to get out of your car, but in order to see the stories that the sculptures talk about, you really kind of want to. This place is really, really something as far as I'm concerned. And some of the stories here are just heart-wrenching. There's a sculpture of a woman that in 1989, when the Chinese government ended the one-child policy, word got out that this man in a village had 8 children. And so people went to see him. It went viral. So people went to talk to him. And that's when they found out that the woman that had given birth to these 8 children had been chained around by the neck in the village and had been repeatedly attacked. Her teeth were gone. Her tongue was pretty much gone. And she had been chained to this for just years she had endured this. And the people that came to help her, she mistook them for just more attackers. And she, obviously her mental state was in question, and because having been chained up for so long and things of that nature, it's just absolutely heart-wrenching what this poor woman went through. And so that's just one of the sculptures, which, you know what, let me go to that one first because it's just so sad. So as you can see, this is a big side park. You can actually drive through this. You don't have to technically get out of your car. Some of them, if you want to read what the story is behind the sculpture, this is the one of the Chinese, the statue of the chained woman. And so she was chained on the, this is a sculpture, but she was chained and just repeatedly attacked. It's just unbelievable what people could do to other people. Heart-wrenching. I have been in this park now for probably 2 hours, and when I first got here, it just so happened, coincidentally, there was a Chinese dissident protest that happened. This sculpture with the spikes sticking out of their head, kind of the Hellraiser looking thing. This is a sculpture that was made in China that the government forced them to take down, and so they recreated it out here in the sculpture. Then, according to the plaque, the Chinese government had sent spies out here. It was made out of flammable material. So they set it on fire and burned it. So they remade it. This one is made out of rebar. It's like solid rebar. There's 70,000 plus welds on this sculpture. And there, just a few minutes ago, there was just hundreds of protesters here on the way to Las Vegas to continue on. They're heading on to Washington, D.C. This thing is it's really something. They're protesting the lack of compensation caused by the COVID pandemic by the Chinese government. Let me roll down the window a little. And so the one that was set on fire is this one here. This is the same sculpture, but it was made out of more flammable material. I don't want to get out of the car because I'm really hot. It's 100 degrees here now, and I've been out here for about 2 hours. I just need a little cooling down. This sculpture here is called the Whistleblower. This one's called the Whistleblower. The first Chinese doctor that recognized COVID had been like something they got to be careful of. He was, of course, arrested and put in jail. This sculpture represents him being the whistleblower. He was chained, and one of the first people to die. From the time he found out to the time he was dead from COVID was just a couple of months, from December to February, and by February he was dead. This sculpture here coming up is for the people that tried to flee Chinese oppression and flee to other Hong Kong and no, sorry about that, Hong Kong and onto Thailand and other places. Oh, I'm sorry. There again, just extremely impressive. Just so amazing. Completely free, no admission. You can drive out here. You can see I'm driving through the park. I've already walked around this place and seen all the stuff. So, just the Chinese protest. What you get to do here in America, you can't do everywhere, and that's Boy, if you're coming to Vegas, to or from Vegas, I really recommend coming out here and just to go through it. This whole area right here in front of you was all covered by, I mean, there's still a car there, but this whole thing was covered by protesters. It's all written it's all written in English and Chinese, all of the descriptions, so you can see what's going on. Some of them are a little hard to read because they're the metal. That Indian head out there is the Indian chief that they're making the sculpture out of in the rock. I'm sorry, I'm old, so my brain doesn't work like it used to. You can see this easily from the 15 freeway, easily. This is the 15 freeway right here. That's 15 freeway. That's how close it is. You can see how big it is. Like I said, you could easily drive through this. This is what you see from the freeway, which kind of leads you to believe it's like some kind of U.S. military, battalion. No, this is the Tiananmen Square sculpture. The random citizen that was standing in front of the tank, very famous scene, where every time the tank moved, he moved. The 64 is the Chinese protesters' version of 9/11, because the Tiananmen Square incident happened on June the 4th of '89, I believe. That's where the 6-4 comes through. So it's their version of 9/11. They have picnic tables out here. Liberty Bell, Leonard Pagoda. The Russian hook, sickle and hammer. All of those white things down there are reproductions of souls. Man trying to make it free. All barbed wire fence right there around it. Monument for victims of communism. Just millions of people have died. So I give you just a taste of what's out here. It's between Eddie's World and Peggy Sue Diner off the 15 freeway, about halfway, just outside of Barstow, which is about halfway between Las Vegas and Nevada. If you ever come out here, I can't recommend highly enough. You come out here, you drive through it, you'll get out of the car, and it's just really, really something to see. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Peace. That woman, that's going to haunt me for a while. That poor lady, that's going to haunt me. Have a blessed day.